Welcome to Spidell's California Minute. I'm your host, Catherine Zidane. This week we're covering some things to keep in mind when verifying estimated tax payments with the FTB. We'll be covering this topic at Spidell's Federal and California Tax Update, along with California's new one-time penalty relief, conformity to the Secure 2.0 Act, the pass-through entity elective tax, and more. To see a list of topics covered and get registered for a live seminar or webinar session, go to caltax.com. In 2022, the FTB tightened its security procedures for obtaining estimated tax payment information from the tax practitioner hotline. The FTB has confirmed that tax professionals can still get their clients' estimated tax payment information from the hotline without a power of attorney or a tax information authorization. But tax professionals may have to provide additional information for their individual or trust clients beyond what has been required in prior years. The FTB is changing their policies because of potential identity theft issues, so they will not specifically state what information they'll request, aside from client account information or current tax records. But the additional information is information that tax professionals should have on hand. The FTB will not require any additional information to obtain estimated tax information for businesses. Although the FTB has stated that tax professionals can still use implied consent, in 2022, many tax professionals were unsuccessful in obtaining this information. Here's what we've learned over the past year. Without a valid power of attorney or tax information authorization, a tax preparer can only obtain information on a client's estimated tax payments if the preparer is the person who signed the client's prior year tax return. Information cannot be provided to the preparer's staff. If the client has not yet filed a tax return for the year in question, implied consent for that year cannot be established by anyone other than the signatory of the previous year's return. If a preparer signed a client's prior year return but cannot pass all of the implied consent procedures, FTB's hotline staff may still be able to verify estimated tax payment information. To verify payments, the preparer will have to supply the amount of the payment, the method of payment, and the date of the payment. In this situation, hotline staff can only confirm or deny the accuracy of the payment data provided. They will not disclose additional information. A tax professional with a power of attorney or tax information authorization can get their client's estimate payment and other information by phone or online via their tax professional MyFTB account. For new powers of attorney and tax information authorizations, the client will need to verify their relationship with the tax professional before the power of attorney or tax information authorization is approved. As a reminder for large firms, only the representatives listed on the power of attorney can request confidential taxpayer information from the FTB. Review Part 4, Additional Authorizations, of Form FTB 3520 PIT or 3520 BE Power of Attorney Declaration forms for additional actions that your client can authorize you to take, like adding additional representatives. Hotline staff and supervisors are trained on implied consent procedures. If a caller cannot qualify to receive estimated tax payment information under these procedures, then staff will not disclose the information without a valid power of attorney or taxpayer information authorization. If FTB's hotline staff don't allow the caller an opportunity to establish implied consent to receive estimated tax payment information, the caller can request to speak to a supervisor. The supervisor will contact the caller and assist them as needed. We know there were issues with this last year, but FTB has assured us that tax professionals can ask for supervisors in this scenario. Given the difficulty tax professionals have been having verifying estimated tax payments, tax professionals who haven't done so yet may want to consider obtaining a power of attorney or tax information authorization for their clients now, so they can obtain this information through MyFTB for the upcoming tax season. Spidell's analysis and explanation of California taxes is the most complete and best-priced California tax guide available, and it includes periodic updates for major changes that happen during the year. You can see the table of contents and pre-order the 2024 edition at caltax.com under Publications. That's all for this week. Join us next time for another episode of Spidell's California Minute.